Hello, hello, everybody. Give you guys a couple minutes to come on. Hello, hello, hello. Guys, today I am going to be doing long arm maintenance. I just didn't have it in me to stand and do the actual quilting actually on today because I am still not feeling 100%. But yes, I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys what I'll be working on. I was hoping some other people will be coming in. I don't know if you can hear me. If anyone's out there, just let me know. I'm gonna turn this up some. Whoop. I'm sorry about that. I'm in the camera. Sorry. Hi, Kathy. How you doing? Hey, Patty G. How you doing? I'll just coming on, give you guys a couple minutes to come on in. I'll be working on long arm maintenance today, so it won't be a long video, but if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. Yes. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you can hear me. Hello, Courtney, girlfriend. How are you today? Thank you so much for coming in. Yes, I am so excited. Again, I'm doing long arm maintenance. I'm gonna go ahead and get started as people come on in. And Courtney, you can go ahead and let them know what I'm working on if I'm away from my phone. As you can see the full length of my long arm. His name is Tafari. If you haven't forgotten, his name is on his side right there. Yeah, so I'm gonna quickly tell you the parts of a long arm, and then I will be going into its maintenance. Hey, Colleen, girlfriend. Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited to be back. I am still not at, let me go ahead and turn this baby on because I don't want to fight with her when I'm trying to move her. I'm still not at 100%. You can probably hear my voice is still straining, but I am working through that. I have my chairs here in front, and I have one also in back of my machine when I need to hurry up and sit down. Hi, Quiltessa. Who else came in? Hi, Kim. Nice to see you guys. I'm super excited to be back. And I know it's going to take a while for my body to heal and stuff like that. If you guys didn't know, my back went out the first week that I wasn't feeling well. And then all of a sudden I went into a severe flare where everything hurt. But everything hurt that led to some TLC that I needed to get done. So yes, no one new came in. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm waiting for my machine to load up. I'm turning on the computer because there is a function in here that is called Power Assist. It's called Power Assist. And see right now, before I turn it on, it's a struggle to push the frame because it's connected to the belts. But if I put on my Power Assist, it kicked in and I can just, sorry, my dog is down here. I can just glide it without, a lot of problem. So that's what I want to do. Hi, Lisa. And I am, Patty, I will be taking it slow because I am still not at 100%. I'm gonna set this down, my phone down, and I'm referring back to it in just a moment. Again, this is an Innova 22-inch on a 12-inch frame. And what I'm doing is just doing the maintenance for today because I haven't cleaned her at all this month and I need to do it. How often do I do a quick clean? Just about every bobbin change. I do a deep clean at least twice a month, or if it's a huge quilt that I did, I'm gonna do that, a deep clean. I have just finished doing 3 donation quilts back to back, and they were all the size of a nice size throw. So it's a good time to do a deep clean. The first thing that I do, I have a camera where I can look at the underside of my quilts. I just go ahead and take it off. It's just sitting attached with Velcro. So to protect the lens. I removed the bobbin case and remove the bobbin because what I'm gonna do is attach the bobbin to the thread that's still on the machine. I have some scissors here. And what I'm doing now is just disconnecting the thread. This is the thread and how I store my thread. Just in case you're interested, I have these things called, I don't know what they call it, I ain't gonna even lie to you, the bobbin holders. And what I do is just take the bobbin. There's a little nub here, I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Just slide the bobbin on there like that. Stick the little squishy part down in the top of the cone of thread, and voila. Because you know what, you can still use this thread. Much as thread costs, you want to use up all that thread, okay? So that's how I store them. And then I have a place up under my long arm where I keep all my thread. Hey, Vivian. So yeah, so the first thing I do is I disconnected all my thread and took out my bobbin case. I have 3 magnets here. I take them off the frame. Take it off. I have yardsticks, 2 yardsticks that also I use during the long arm process sometimes. Yes, and what I do is I have a mirror that's back here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's a door mirror. I take it off, and I also use that to help me see the stitches just in case I can't use my camera. Now, the only thing that's on my back table is just the cables, and I go ahead and clean it. What do I use to clean with? I have microfiber towels. I also use Expo whiteboard care and my wax for my rails. And another good thing to use is Q-tips to get in the wheels of your long arm. And I use the ones with the little points on the end to help me get down in all the little nooks and crannies. Now, the one thing I always do is vacuum, but because that thing is so loud, And because I'm already having trouble with my heart rate, I'm not gonna be running it today. Excuse me. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the back and get to wiping. I always start with the back because when I get to the front, I'm like, whoo, I'm almost done. I'm done. If I have my cables, I use this. I don't know if you guys can see it all the way back there. But this is a toggle lock system that I use to make sure the quilts stay on the frame straight. And I just drop all of my clamps. And back on this table right now is a lot of loose threads. I just knock them on the floor because I know I need to vacuum. The belts are not fragile. Can they break? Yes, they can. But they're heavy duty cables, so you don't have to be super sensitive with them. And I just like wipe off anything that I can get to without the vacuum cleaner. And I wipe. I don't put any chemicals on my metal. On the bars itself. I don't put any chemicals on those. Okay, let's see if you guys are talking to me. Cool. You guys can go on and chit chat because really the only thing I'm doing is cleaning. There's nothing for you to eat. He heard the bag, and he got curious. So I'll just spray some Expo on a microfiber towel, and I'm just going on my rails. Cleaning my rails really good. Because once I clean them well, even a small piece of thread can make bumps and make your quilting, the machine get all crazy. So I try to make sure I keep it as smooth as possible. I'll do the back one. Most of the maintenance is really on your wheels and on your frame, on the carriage itself. This right here is your carriage, your sew head carriage. And when you're doing this, what you're feeling for is any kind of nicks that you might have on your frame or any unevenness, because you will feel it when you're wiping back and forth. I'm not sure if you can hear me all the way over there. I'm trying my best. Where's your water bottle? Oh, hydrate. Yes, I have it right here. I do have it right here. Thanks for the reminder. A big one too. I've been drinking all day and going to the bathroom all day, because once you put that water in you, it's got to come out of you. Thank you so much. Yes, Patty asked, assuming that I run it all day, how often do I? This type of clean, I only do it twice a month, and when I have big quilts. After big quilts, I do a small clean after every quilt. And right now I'm just using the little Expo that I had that was on. That was on the towel. I'm cleaning that frame, and I'm going to use it to, hey, Melissa. I'll take one of these Q-tips, just dip it in an Expo. Both sides, because I know I'm going to use, I'll probably use about like 5 of these Q-tips. Not going to even lie. And these wheels right here, these plastic, let me bring it down so you guys can see a little bit better. These wheels right here, though they look clean, they get so full of gunk really, really quick. And sometimes if you have a nasty bird's nest on the back of your quilt or whatever, or you're cutting and trimming those little threads, because you're not gonna collect them all, they're gonna get caught up in your wheels and stuff. And I just move it back and forth on the carriage. And from those 2 front wheels, I'm getting that kind of dirt. So, yeah, you just keep them, try your best to keep them as clean as you can. My back wheels are dirty. And on the back wheels, you have 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Now usually it's clean until I get clean ones, Q-tips, and I know all the gunk is gone. But because I need to watch it, I won't be doing that. So what I've done so far is I cleaned the frame with Expo whiteboard cleaner. I've cleaned the carriage. I cleaned my wheels, all 4. I still gotta get that 2. It should be 6. It's like when you do it, when you're doing it from, you know, automatically without being on camera, you know what you're supposed to be doing. It's when you get on camera, you forget stuff, causing me to keep having to walk back and forth. Yeah, so just make sure you clean all your wheels. And again, they get dirty really quick. And even if it's lint or any kind of thread or anything like that, you can be using the machine quilting, or it could be on the belts and it's quilting, and all of a sudden you will see a skip, or you might see a long stitch, because you might have something on your wheels that's causing it to do that. So that's that. So I cleaned the frame, I cleaned the back table, I cleaned my wheels. Now the last thing for the frame maintenance is that I wax it. And the wax that I use is Renaissance. Jamie Wayland, he endorses this. He loves it, and guess what? So do I, because my machine will move like butter afterwards. He said you can use this on every frame. And I mean, I know that this wax, this wax probably will outlive me, okay? Because you don't need a lot. And it's just a clear wax. Does it smell? Yeah, it has an odor to it. So the towel that you use to put it on, you might put it, I keep mine in a Ziploc bag, so my studio won't be smelling like varnish. That's what it smells like to me. But if you need to clean your sinuses out, you know, hey, it's a whole ballgame. So like I said, I keep it in a Ziploc bag. What's the name again? I have this is an Innova, a 22-inch on a 12-foot frame, but his personal name is Tafari, which means it's Cameroonian for he who inspires awe. And I think that's what quilters are. We inspire, you know, our greatness comes out when we're quilting. And it made me think that, or realize that however I quilt when I'm on this machine, I am always going to do my 100% best. So when people who don't quilt, they'll be like, oh my God, that is amazing. Yeah, it is. Thank you. But when you get to the quilters, they would say it, you know, you'd be like, you're humble because they know, you know. I'm so sorry to be drinking. It's water. It's water. And I put about that much on my towel. And when it feel like it's coming off the towel, I add more. And I I just glide it on there. At first I was thinking, I was like, dang, I'm wiping the mess off. I'm not wiping it off. I felt like I was, but I'm not. And again, what I usually do is vacuum the, so, because you know, you got a lot of little nooks and crannies on the machine that I want to, you know, make sure I collect all the thread. But I'm not gonna do that right now because it's so loud. And as you can already see, he wants to run. Now it's important that this back one stays nice and smooth, but the real butter comes is when you get this carriage. Because that's the part that's moving. And guys, that's it for the frame maintenance. I make sure I put this right back in the bag because, like I said, I don't want my studio to smell like varnish. Yes, Courtney, enjoy your time with your grandma and mom out camping, and a puppy, of course. Hey Donna, no, you're fine, you're fine. Come on in anytime. That's what replay is all about. Yes. So after that, I have my oil. I have different brushes that I use and my screwdriver. I'm gonna try to bring this one up as close as possible for you guys. Here is, you know, just brush out any kind of lint that's on the inside. And this was a piece of lint that came out of the bobbin area. One of the threads that I use is called Omni, it's by Superior, which is my favorite thread. A lot of people don't like it because it is linty. Yes, it's linty, but it is amazing. So I'll take it. I'll take that, you know? I'll unthread that piece right there. This is the needle plate that I'm brushing off. And I try not to use like any of the chemicals on there because this plate is actually very close to the quilt. And I don't want anything messing with that. These black clips right here, I don't know if you guys can see them. I want to move my camera down, but I don't want you guys to get sick. Get sick. What I'll do is show some pictures or something. Up close up here is some clips that I put my ruler base on for when I'm doing ruler work on the long arm. So all that is cleaned out. And now what I do is take off this needle plate right here. It has 2 screws. And these are tiny screws. They make me ill with having screws this small. I have a magnet up here and I just put it right on the magnet. Magnets can be your best friend when it comes to, you know, trying to keep some screws and stuff, you know, in place while, you know, you have to take your machine apart or whatever. Have magnets. They will be your best friend. Ooh, yes. And I just take the underside of my plate, just clean it right on off. It's lint and stuff down in here. Just clean it, move the hand wheel so you can make sure you're getting all down in all the nooks and crannies. A lot of people would not use a vacuum. I would use, because this doesn't get into my computer or anything like that, I would use a vacuum cleaner that sucks, but I won't use that can spray to blow, make it go in. I will use a vacuum cleaner with a small attachment to suck it out, but I would never use a can of air to blow it into further into your system. And I think that should be, you know, for all, you know, all of our machines. She's cleaned out, he's cleaned out. Oh, what I want to do is oil the part that I can't oil when I'm doing a bobbin change. Where are you? There you go. I have 2 little dots on my bobbin case, and oiling it will help. It helps me keep it all running really smoothly. And see, he's nice and quiet. He didn't stop right away because I didn't, where are you? And I usually do it like twice. Oil these dots twice, get them nice and, you know, generous amount of oil, and then I run it again. Yeah. Now I can put the plate back on, but before I do, let me see what you guys are talking about. Hey, Diana. Yeah. So, let me get this chair because the thing I'm doing right now is attaching my camera back to the side. Sorry about that, I had to sit down. because I got a funny look from somebody down here. He's like, you better sit down, woman. So the thing I'm doing right now is just putting the screws back in. I don't know what it is about this left screw. It always want to play. It would never go in right. And before I tighten it up, this part I am gonna have to stand up for, is I wanna make sure that my needle is not gonna be compromised when I go to tighten it up. And I do not make them super tight. I just, put it down on their finger tight because, yeah, nobody got time to be trying to, use all their strength, just, unscrew some screws. The next thing I do is okay, you go ahead and email me that, please. I'm going to do that, don't worry. Okay, and then there's a little ledge in here where I keep the bobbin. I go ahead and make sure it's oiled down in there. So when he does run the next time, he's gonna run so smooth and it won't be loud when I go ahead and start quilting. Yes, Melissa. Okay, the last thing I do, I have the bobbin case here. Just brush it out, make sure there's no lint caught up anywhere. And that's what I do. Everything is good. It's empty, I set it back in there. Listen for that click. That's it. The last thing that I do, and I'm gonna sit down for, is change my needle. The needle I use is this is the only needle that I use is this needle right here. It is an 18, size 18. Hey Tracy, yeah, I'm getting there. It's slowly but surely. Having autoimmune issues suck, especially in the summertime. So I just take, it's a little screw, just like with all machines, take your old needle out. Now these needles are a little bit different. It's round all the way at the top here. It's all the way rounded. How do I know the front from the back? The front has a little slit. Where is it? Oh, this way. The front has that little groove where the thread will slide through, and the back has a little divot cut out of it, so it looks like a little pregnant woman. Why they make my needles like that, I don't know. But I have a little Coke bottle right here where I keep it to allow me to put it in there, all sharps in there. Grab a new needle. You want to come out. You Gotta be stubborn. There. Make sure it's oriented right. And sometimes you might get thread caught up in the where the needle goes. I usually never have that happen, so I don't have to do anything in specific to clear it. But if I saw some, I would use a vacuum cleaner to suck it out. Now, how do I know that my needle is perfectly straight? Again, remember I said magnets are your best friend. This is called, oh, I was hoping. This is called a needle magnet. Let me get a needle. I hope I'm not boring you guys. I hope not. What it does is it sticks to the needle. And if your needle is straight, you will know that your needle is perfectly straight. If it's not, it'll, go on like, like that. That's not straight, but it's right there. It's pretty straight. So it's all the eye game. You just got to know where you want it. Some thread calls for the needle to be just off center just a little bit. Mine wants all my thread straight front, straight front and back. So I just set the needle, the magnet on the needle. And right now it's telling me it's a little bit crooked, girl. Straighten me out. There it is. She's straight. He's straight. My needle thing right back. Test it to make sure it goes down in the hole perfectly fine. And voila. That's all I do. Yes, honey. And it's good for everybody who has a long arm. Now, does everybody do it? No, they wait until all the lint in the world get gunked up in it. But when you don't do the maintenance, it will show sometimes in your stitches. And you do all that work, and you want your stuff to look pretty good, okay? So that's all I do for the maintenance. I keep it threaded on the back, because what I do is I'll tie my thread together and I'll pull that sucker through and it automatically thread itself. So real quick, I wanted to share with you guys the stuff I have been working on, because I didn't get to do what I finished or worked on when I was from last week. I did mention this one, but I showed it once before. I've gotten a little bit further on this cross stitch. This is called Let's Talk Stitching by Hands On Designs. So I got a long way to go, but this is how far I got. So far, I was happy because when I'm in bed, that's pretty much all I can do is hand stitch. Also, my goal was to make this square. Yeah, I didn't like the biased edges when I tried to make it square. So I'm gonna keep it as a hexagon because now I have other smaller projects that I can put around it. So this is gonna go up on the frame. I'm not sure if I'm going to do just a regular video or if I'm gonna do it live, because as you can see from this angle, you really can't see much. And I want you guys to see, So I probably can bring it down a little bit So I'm gonna play with some angles and see if we can get that. And if that's the case, I'd rather have it not be on a Friday. So I might have to, depending on how I feel, get up and do it. Thank you. Also, I caught up on some blocks with from Eric. Now I'm down 2 blocks because I got caught up, and then now I'm down 2. But I did this block, which I thought is one of my faves. This is the diamond log cabin. And then this one is, I don't know what this one was. It's not my favorite. I really like the fabrics that I chose, but I don't like them together. But you know what? It's staying. I thought I was gonna redo it, and I thought I was gonna redo it and then work with it, but I'm just gonna keep it. And that's this one right here. I wanted it to be a little bit patriotic. And what I did was the birds, if you look at the birds, I got them going in a circle. He's looking this way, he's looking up this way. This one is looking over this way, and this one is looking back down. So I was like, that's how I was feeling. I was going in circles with this illness. So I made my birds go in circles. So these were for Eric Oda's 52 blocks in 52 weeks challenge. I did work on that. I did get it done. I did tell you guys I did the 3 quilts. I got those trimmed. And the last thing I did get a chance to work on was my blocks for tea quilts. And when I tell you, these are some little pieces, okay? I had to make 3 of these. And I had to make this, oh, I'm sorry, it goes this way. And this is the 4-star general quilt that we're working on with Kevin, the quilter, and T Quilts. So I managed to get everything done. I did have to wait for the fabric for this one, but when I got it, like I said, I did not like the square, so I'm gonna let it roll with this and keep on going. So my goal for this week 1 is to get plenty of rest, because as you probably can tell, I'm out of breath, and my thing told me my heart rate is, shot up. So my plan to do is to, now that I got it cleaned up, I'm gonna load it on there, but I'm not gonna quilt it. I want to do Eric's 2 blocks. And I think that's it. And of course, get to working on some of this. If I don't work on these, I'll have 100 more hexies that I can work on when I'm in the bed. And that's it. I don't want to put anything else on my plate, because I am mentally, physically, and all that kind of exhausted. Okay. So last thing, let's check and see what you guys are talking about in this chat. And I can sit down and do that. Make sure the camera don't twist really. Whoa. Not a good idea. Okay. The diamond log cabin is different but lovely. Thank you. Yeah, Eric is putting us through with some of these blocks. Yeah, that was some fussy cutting. I was like, these dang on eagles are super duper cute, but I have a lot to do with that. Yeah, Lisa, that 4-star general quilt is something. Melissa, rest, hydrate, rest some more. Yes, I'll be doing that, that's for sure. Beautiful. The hexes are pretty, thank you. So that's sweetie, you need to sit down. Absolutely. Oh, my water is way back over here. Oh, thank you. And you keep your lips off my water. He looked up when he saw the water bottle and he was like, oh, I'm about to get her. No, you can't have it. So yeah, those tiny pieces, there are a lot of tiny pieces, and I think they counted over like 80 for that the ones that we had to do for this last one. And I'm like, you guys, you're making me miserable. Oh, on Laura Miller, the cleaner that I use is Expo white board care. I hope you got that. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. Those are my plans. You guys now you know my plans for hopefully this weekend. I still got my eye on the green and white one that I want to restore. I'm hoping to go to Joann's. I'm okay. I'm hoping to go to Joann's on this weekend or sometime next week, maybe on Memorial Day, to go ahead and get some muslin for that, because I don't want to use quilter's cotton for it because it's too heavy and it will be inconsistent. What you hear is my dog Vincent. Vincent is alerting me, letting me know that it's time to shut this thing down. So I am going to listen because he knows that most likely I'm about to faint. So I don't want to miss out on that alert. So guys, until the next video, I love you all. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. And especially because he already came down and jumped on me. So I already kind of ignored him before. So now he's kind of ticked at me because he's, giving me that evil eye. So yeah. So yeah, that is it. Guys, thank you so much. And one of the things that I am going to do, okay, just give me this one quick second, is I'm going to be looking at some changes. If you guys have me listed as moderator, I am most likely, if you don't see me in your chat, please know that it's not that I do not love you guys. I am watching your videos when I can, when I'm feeling well. But if you feel the need to remove me as a moderator, please know, because I don't get paid for that, and you don't pay me for that. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to go ahead and take me out of that position. I'm okay with that. So go ahead and do what you have to do. I just want you guys to know that I'm not going to take that, personal, but I do know I need to slow down, and that I will, so I can rest and take it easy. So yes. Give my pup a hug for you. Yes, you guys have an amazing weekend. Happy Memorial's Day. Well, there's nothing happy about it, especially the several weeks that we had. Go and hug your family, love them dearly. And until the next video, guys, I'm listening, Vincent. Be blessed. Bye. Okay, I'm shutting it down. I am shutting it down. You don't have